If you are a woman thinking of taking Ozempic, stay right there because this is the only video you will ever need to watch. Firstly, I'm neither against nor for Ozempic and other GLP-1 agonists. I'm just here giving you the facts without bias. Plus, I was probably one of the first people to try it for weight loss back in 2017 when it first got its FDA approval. So let's just start with the basics. What is Ozempic? Ozempic is a glucagon-like peptide 1 agonist, GLP-1 for short, and it mimics the action of the hormone GLP-1 that is released from the gut after a meal. As well as helping insulin action, this hormone feeds back to the brain and makes us feel full. It plays a key part in a satiety signal from the gut to the brain, regulating appetite and stopping us from overeating. It pretty much eradicates hunger, and with one of the side effects being nausea, this further reduces the want to eat. So I took it for 8 weeks back in 2017 because a client of mine at the time had been given it by his doctor in LA. Mine wasn't too bad, but his nausea was so bad he struggled to even train. Did he lose weight? Absolutely. There is no question it works, but where is that weight coming from? So I personally lost a total of 18 pounds in 8 weeks, but unfortunately 10 pounds of that was hard-earned lean muscle, which leads me on to my next point, muscle loss. Ozempic or not, if you severely restrict calories, you will lose weight. However, that weight will come from fat mass and muscle mass. And in the case of Ozempic, some of the big weight loss stories you've seen have come at a price, and the price is muscle loss. And even more concerning, bone density loss. One of the biggest markets for Ozempic is currently women between the ages of 40 and 60. This is really concerning. We are all susceptible to sarcopenia, which is muscle loss, in later life. However, with a change in hormones around menopause, women are at a far greater risk. And adding a drug like Ozempic into the mix that will drastically cut their calorie intake will only put them at an even greater risk of muscle loss and bone density loss, which will only increase the probability of them suffering from menopause-related health issues like osteoporosis, not to mention the increased probability of suffering fall-related injuries in later life. This is concerning. There are not many things health professionals agree upon, but there is one. A key to longevity for everyone, especially women in later years, is the ability to maintain their strength, muscle mass, and bone density. Now, I know what you're thinking, but if I add resistance training, then that will prevent muscle and bone density loss, right? Bone density, yes, to a degree it will. However, this would have to come with specific nutrition advice to ensure you are not missing out on much needed minerals to help maintain bone density. In regards to muscle, I'm afraid not, as maintaining muscle mass requires calories and protein. Another question is, but if I take Ozempic to reduce the want to overeat, make sure I resistance train 2 to 3 times a week, ensure I eat enough protein, and ensure I include all the necessary minerals to help maintain bone density, then that's fine, right? Well, in short, yes, but it's not as easy as that, and let me explain. So I am actually fairly bullish on GLP-1 medications, and due to the hysteria, it is fast being developed. We already have GLP-2s and GLP-4 in production, which aim to increase the effectiveness compared to Ozempic and reduce the side effects. If we can find a balance between using GLP-1 medication to reduce an individual's want to overeat and minimize the side effects so the individual can still maintain a good level of protein intake and eat within an optimal calorie deficit that will elicit fat loss but maintain muscle mass, then I'm all for it. Why not use science to optimize progress? The issue is currently that the majority of people who take Ozempic don't resistance train, and they are only focused on scale weight. You probably won't notice it now, but you will pay for it in 10 to 20 years. There's no such thing as a free lunch. And then there is the behavioral, educational, and habit-forming side of the equation. What happens when people come off Ozempic? If they have not been educated on proper nutrition and taught how to maintain good eating habits, their appetite will return, they will slip back into old habits, and just like the majority of people in the past who have done crash diets, their weight will pile back on. That is a fact. It's not a projection. So what is my conclusion? Well, in my opinion, Ozempic is a net positive. But like any medication and drug like this, it is bound to be overused and abused. Would I use it again? Possibly. And full disclosure, I am in talks with a clinic to potentially offer it to clients who we feel would benefit from it within our community, with strict rules, guidance, and support around it, of course. If we could offer something that will help the women that come to us manage their hunger levels and reduce the urge to overeat during a dieting period and better their overall health in the process, then great. I have to strongly point out though, the women coming to us who want to build an impressive physique or lose 10 to 20 pounds to look amazing for the summer will not be candidates for this drug. This drug was developed to treat diabetes, and in most cases, the health benefits of losing weight for an individual who is very overweight will far outweigh the potential negative side effects of taking the drug. If you want to minimize the negative effects of Ozempic, then you need to make sure you are doing these 4 things. 1, resistance train 2 to 3 times a week. This doesn't have to be be in a gym, but it does need to be challenging. Body pump and HIIT classes do not count. 2, consume at least 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight daily. Number 3, include foods high in vitamins and minerals like dark leafy green veg. And number 4, supplement with zinc, iron, magnesium, and calcium. The key to losing weight and keeping it off is living and eating like you are already at your goal weight. And you want to maintain that goal weight. That means making habitual and lifestyle choices that are in line with your goal. Portion control. Easing up on the alcohol, staying active and doing it consistently, choosing active days rather than sitting in a bar and eating and drinking, and choosing to walk or take the bike rather than the car. All these things make a difference. And the majority of people just look at them as small, unimportant things that won't make a difference. Let me tell you now, the small things, if done consistently, make the biggest difference. If you like this one, guys, tag a friend, share this around, like, comment, and follow me. But for now, from me, you are more than welcome.